we're on our way to Mark1 in the south of the Netherlands, and there we are going to do a shop tour because this man has everything. You know him from the mini SSL I've got in the home studio, but we also did the entire SSL rebuild together with them. So you're gonna see a lot of SSLs, APIs, Neves, a lot of gear, a lot of tape machines. And on top of that, he also has a fully functioning studio with an SSL, all the outboard gear you could ever want to get your hands on. I can't get there fast enough. We've got one more hour on this drive. So let's put the pedal to the metal and let's get going. See you there.
Okay, let me run you through this place first. Little shaky shake before we get in. We passed some consoles in there. I'm seeing some people, so let's see if we can get some pets and butt scratches from anyone. Let's see what's under the table as well. Oh no, I guess we need to go upstairs to the attic. Strange place, but okay. Oh, that's where Mark stores all the frames for the mini Neves and SSLs. And then he went on to show us his cable collection. Weird flex, but okay. I knew you guys want to go back down. But these stairs look sketchy, man. Ah, yes, we're getting the elevator service. Nice. E. Thomas, you might want to check your nose for boogers. Oh, what's this? There's more. Oh, there's Paul already filming some stuff. Also here they keep all the outboard gear. Any snacks in this kitchen? Guess not. I'm seeing some Tapamakins instruments. Cool. Oh wow, more Tapamakins. And the biggest SL2. What's over there? Oh, it's just more desks. Boring. Okay, let's get started with this studio tour. What's there? Oh, a car collection. Maybe for another video. You'll just stand here for the second shot. And take it away, guys.
We finally made it to Mark1. You're about to see an insane collection of gear and stuff, and you're about to hear a lot of amazing stories from Mark himself. This is the man behind a lot of consoles,
yes.
But especially you know him from the mini SSL that I've got in my home studio, and the mini Neve that's at the Atlanta studio. So we're going to walk through the shop and show the insane collection he has.
A brief introduction.
Introduction.
I started having a studio, being a mix engineer, producer. My studio was originally built designed by Andy Munro and Nick Whittaker. And at some point I thought I'm getting too old for it, and therefore I thought, well, to help other people with the demand they asked me, we started doing repairs and refurbishments, worked together in England, especially with Malcolm Jackson, MJQ. We did a lot together, like in the mid-80s. So we collected a lot of equipment. Downside was that the equipment needed servicing.
The first idea behind collecting the equipment was just to sell it?
Well, check it
or
and resell it, yeah. No, not to have it, because I already had enough stuff. You already had enough. So went into the equipment, but basically I didn't want to be a broker. But the brokerage of equipment from other people, you never know who your client is, the one who's selling or the one who's buying. And you're not in control of the quality. But that's why I thought, well, let's start doing the buying ourselves, refurbishing it, and then resell. So we could kind of give a warranty on what the quality needed to be.
Nice. And we're now here in where Mark1 has always been, and this was the studio originally.
Partly. This was the office.
Okay.
Partly, so all the... most of the, except Studio One, but all the other studios are now being used for the other business, which is mini SSL, consoles and everything.
But it used to be a pretty big studio, because if we walk in, first we get...
This was the office.
You can't even walk because there's a mini Neve, mini SSL, and you bump into everything, but there's also a Neve 88R, 51 series?
No, this is a VR.
Is that VR?
Yeah, that's a VR, a small one.
I mean, come on.
So basically what we do, we buy the equipment or a full studio inventory, then we're going to check everything, get everything up to spec as in the best way possible. But we also do, out of experience, some modifications to improve the lifetime and problems with the desk, which couldn't be seen after it's being used. So like aging problems.
Yeah.
As a result. So this one now has all new switches, which is 8,500, which is an enormous amount, and it has a heat reduction. So it cools the desk a bit better, therefore lifetime extends, and it doesn't radiate so much heat, and it keeps everything more happy, everyone more happy when.
So it stays alive a little bit longer.
Well,
and
more than this, it sounds better.
Where did you pick up this desk?
This was Alvernia in Poland.
Oh,
It was an orchestral
nice.
studio. We bought a complete inventory for the scoring stage, and so this is the desk they had, and a lot of other stuff.
So a lot of orchestral stuff has been recorded.
Yeah, we had about 110 mics and chairs and
Wow.
gobos and the whole lot.
Where do you
But-
keep? This place is big, but
No, we have another storage for
Oh, wow.
like the not so sensitive equipment.
yeah.
But this desk had a problem with the switches, therefore I can show you. We don't do it half. So these are the new switches. All the switches.
These
have
are all the switches that you needed to replace on the
Yep.
desk.
Yeah. This is to show that we don't take shortcuts.
By now you've seen me build a Neve 1073 500 series unit. That already took me 5 hours. Imagine what amount of time this would take.
Half a
to
year.
Exactly, that's what.
All over half a year. And then
Right.
we work a lot together with Neil McCombie for this specific thing. He joins us.
Because he's the Neve expert.
Well, he can take it one step further than we can.
Right.
So I want to be guaranteed
Yeah.
that it's all up to spec what it should be, and with the improvement, with the modifications. And this, well, the 88 is a specific breed because it's SMD technology, which is.
Okay, and how is that different from what a 51 series is, or
This is with
1073, or
this is like done by a computer, not through a hole.
right?
So the
So
traditional
it's really tiny, and
yeah,
you can
it's
fit
like,
a lot on a single surface.
Yeah, therefore the module has a lot of features,
Yeah.
but the downside is it's very difficult to service.
Right.
So it needs a
So
specific
it needs a specialist.
and tools.
It's not like recapping.
No, it's not like a VR here.
Right.
It's just a total other way.
Because the VR is through hole, or
Yeah, through hole.
Yeah, so
So
you
that's
can-
what they call through hole or SMD, surface mount.
So through hole basically is what you've seen on the 500 series, one where you've got a PCB and you put everything through the hole and then you solder it on.
So this is a part of a channel. You see all the chips and everything. That's SMD.
Yeah. Yeah, you need.
So this all chips.
My soldering tip is not even small enough to.
And besides
that.
this, you need to know what you need to replace. So that's also not an IC
Yeah.
sockets. Makes everything, and it's multi-layer. So that's not just the front and the
Yeah.
back, but it's also in between layers.
Wow.
So we developed this expertise. Therefore, we might be the only ones really doing this.
Yeah.
And this
And-
is about the fourth desk on an 88 series.
Wow.
And there's another one coming in 72. This desk specific now is still used for orchestral work, scoring.
Because the 88R is really for orchestral stuff. It is like if you have an 88R, that
Well,
is
Neve is about sonic perfection. The
Yeah.
SSL you buy because of the sound.
right.
That's basically what I explained. So it's more like a pop desk, and it does something which might be able for you to mold your sound more than with the Neve.
Yeah.
And Neve is something that wants to get everything as close to reality as possible.
Okay.
And of course the scoring feature, so it has more buses on the subbing buses and a lot more
Right.
things. And options like the one that's coming in now is going to have stems generator and stems monitor.
Nice.
So that means you can have a lot of stems for orchestral scoring work.
All right.
So like Abbey Road, Air Studios, Angel, British Grove, they're all 88Rs.
Right.
If I call the UK,
Yeah.
because that's most of, yeah, and there's another ICP in Brussels have it, but they're more doing pop music.
Yeah.
So basically, but the sound of the Neve is What a lot
And
of
is it then cleaner than, let's say, what you would get out of an 8078 with
Harmonics.
1073s, or?
Harmonics is treated in a better way.
Yeah?
Yeah.
In a cleaner way?
Well, if you're specific when you have acoustic instrument like violins, then you need to catch the harmonics. More important than anything else, and it should be as close to depth in the sound. So that's Neve does this pretty good. But beside that, for pop music, it's also. But
It's
what
okay.
happened?
It's all
No. What happened a lot is that they would do tracking on the Neve and mix on an SSL.
Yeah.
That was kind of the standard.
Yeah.
In say mid '90s.
Right.
So everyone had a VR and an SSL.
Right. That's why you have a Neve room and an SSL room.
Yeah, and that's why you have different automation on an SSL. It's like it's really the USP of an SSL is the mixing facilities.
This is very different from that.
Yeah, we're using this. You see, these desks when a client has a desk, and he wants to refurbish it. It's difficult to take the whole frame.
Yeah.
So what we do, we take the modules and everything out of to a bare frame.
Yeah.
Bring it over here and do the testing and
Because
checking.
you had the frame already.
Well, we have bought a desk specific for the frame and for the infrastructure.
Oh wow.
To be able to check do a full check before we go back. So everything, motherboard and the whole lot. So the plasmas, the metering, so everything is then kind of 100% to when we go to the client again, put everything back in.
Yeah.
And also when a client just wants to have like 8 or 12 channels refurbished at the time, we at least have a frame to put it in and check it fully.
Yeah.
And that's important because so our aim is to be able to have full control of the quality we do.
Yeah.
So
that's important.
So as you see with the switches, don't take it halfway. Do the whole lot. It's not like partly recapping.
No.
And a lot of people think that refurbishing means recapping. No, there's more to it.
Take it a step further.
It's much further.
Yeah.
So it's just some things you remember. Oh, this is specific for the heat reduction. We did a VR desk at the Metropole Orchestra about 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Was nearly died because leaking capacitors. We changed everything, heat reduction, did it. I think it was 30,000 caps in 6 weeks' time.
Wow.
Put the desk back in, and not been there for 4 years.
Wow.
And the desk
So
is
it's
being
been
used.
perfect.
Well,
ever since.
Yeah, and the other thing is because less heat, the sounds is better.
Yeah.
I can't tell you because that's a bit of a secret, but
Yeah.
less heat in the desk means a better sound quality.
Yeah.
So this has even a heat reduction. So all the desks we do have the upgrade.
Right.
And it saves a lot on the maintenance.
And on your air conditioning bill, I guess.
This heat reduction doesn't mean that, kind of,
Yeah.
But
the heat's still there, it's just managed in a
but
better
some
way.
people don't like to sit at the desk with 18 degrees on the air conditioning and still have a lot of radiation in your face because of the heat of the surface.
Right.
So this way is like, okay, we can now put the aircon at 22 degrees and then still feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Maybe to show you this is the test equipment.
Oh yeah, right.
On the road test equipment, so we can go to 64 I/O to the desk.
This is what you bring over to a studio, and then you batch it in, and you can check all the functions of the
because we
entire console.
A lot of times, if you go in Europe, you have limited time, so you need to be as efficient as possible. So we have cables going straight into the desk. So even including the patch bay, we measure them. Otherwise, it's not on the patch. No, it's the full. So we plug it in, and you have all the.
And then you can measure distortion levels.
Everything. The whole shebang.
Wow. And this is for every desk? Because I know this from when you brought it to Atlantis to check the SSL, but this would also work on a VR or
we have. You
or
see, there's, for instance, the DL hanging of the mini of a mini 51. See, this is the DL connectors that hook up to the. So we can check every path.
I'm seeing something new over here.
Yeah. So
I saw this on Instagram already.
yeah, this is
But,
an API legacy, an
So
original
now
legacy.
I can have like mini SSL, mini Neve, mini.
No,
API?
mainly we do the SSLs and the 51s.
Yeah.
Or maybe also a VR and some other, but that's future. But the Neve and the 51s,
Yeah.
SSL and the 51s are we doing now.
Right.
But this is a one-off. A client saw this was original was a 24 channel desk, and he asked whether we could make it in 2x12.
And then he's going to build a desk in the
No,
middle.
it's two
and
different
do-
clients.
Oh, two different
They're
clients.
two different clients. They want the
Oh,
same
cool.
concept.
I
and so we convert.
I was really hoping this was my birthday present, but I guess I'll just work with the mini SSL. It's okay.
So yeah, so this is a one-off because the original this was from Virgin as a side car to an SSL, and they had it up against the wall.
Mm-hmm.
So we converted it
Up
into
against in a rack.
Yeah.
Like that.
yeah, because this is the one
Cool.
only built by API. It's called console LED,
Mm-hmm.
and it is 19-inch.
Wow.
So it has all the ingredients of the mic pre's, EQ, and the mixer part and the faders.
It's a 212 mic pre.
Yep.
550L, but that I guess it's a 550B.
No, original it was motorized. Motorized gain control. This, but yeah,
Oh,
but,
this.
yeah, but we took it out because it was a
It was a nightmare.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was used on remote on the recording.
Right.
And yeah,
And
so
then-
basically we made the summing underneath, the new power supply. Maybe I show you this. This
Wow.
is like a power supply.
Yeah, because this is something I do not have on my mini SSL yet.
No.
But this is an upgraded version you did, and
Yeah.
this is basically the power supply that's underneath the
So
mini
we-
SSL,
we-
and
we
that's
use-
underneath the
yeah.
mini 51 series.
No, we
and
can
the
use it
Classics
on
as well.
every desk because there's two of those in each rack, because this needs more different power.
Yeah.
And the components we use are different depending
Nice.
on the specific requirements.
So there.
But this is going what you're going to use for the 51
Yeah.
and going to use for the SSLs.
Yeah.
Basically, this is a reduced power consumption, no heat, no nothing, and is fitted in the mini SSL.
And it's in the bucket, so it's on the back. So you can just plug in the power in the back.
Yeah.
It's over there, and then you just have the frame underneath
Yep.
and the
Yep.
bucket itself, and makes
That's
it way
yeah.
easier.
So we kind of make everything as compact as possible. So this is the same as this. It's still this one is hooked up, but with the 51 you take the whole thing with
Yeah.
you. And with the SSL we made it even more flexible. We can have the subframe underneath, the wheel
Yeah.
subframe taken off separately, so you can put the SSL in a simple car. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and then here is where all the magic happens, I guess.
This
Here
is what this is the
where
workshop.
everything gets fixed.
Yeah, this is the team working.
Yeah.
And everyone has a specific quality.
Okay.
And together we have a full quality.
So, what are your qualities, guys?
We're still wondering about that.
Matthijs is,
Introduce us to the team.
he's the boffin. He's the real boffin.
Okay.
He's kind of he works the longest here. Yeah, now for 12 years.
15 years, more or less.
Yes, yeah.
That's a long time.
Full educated, yeah. So yeah, he does kind of cover everything, and he grew with the company. Then we have Joppe. He joins the team recently. Came as an intern.
Nice.
And he's now being more for the mini SSL and the AIM system we have, which I'm going to explain later.
Yeah.
Then we have Ronald. He's the expert in like mechanical stuff, yeah. Mainly metal work and like this specific. So he tool making.
Do you also do rock work or just metal?
Metal and electronics,
And rock as well.
rock.
Jazz?
No,
Oh.
I like music. I like to listen to it, but I cannot play it.
Nice. Nice. Hey, you're playing faders.
Yeah.
So he's now doing faders for an SSL ultimation.
Mm-hmm.
Clean the faders, recap it, and refinish it in the front so it looks like brand new.
Nice.
It's kind of a complicated module, the automation.
Oh, these are the automation faders.
Yeah. They have all the difficult problems.
Yeah, I know.
So again, it needs to be treated the right way so the client knows that it's okay.
Yeah.
This is the
Testing station?
yeah. So that's for the SSL here.
I've got separate
Even- so
SSL
we-
and separate Neve.
Yes, and as
slots.
also even the bar graphs, we can do the automation faders with the test jig. This is a channel, and we have the whole results here in like distortion, frequency, response, noise.
So this is basically the rig that we just saw.
No, this is
there,
a more
but then
expanded
more-
version. This is the test for the 51. So we, for every console, we can do it on the test bench.
Mhm.
So we can do every chain because this is going to be recapped. We are building a new mic tree switching because all
Okay.
the switches break.
Yeah.
Therefore, and you can't get them anymore. So then we make an alternative.
This is like plug-in doctor, but then the real version.
Yeah.
I guess.
So we can see what's happening in the module, and therefore
Wow.
go through it and know what to repair. Therefore, if people send us a module that has a fault, then it's really easy for us to fix it.
And how would you start working out what kind of issues you have? What kind of issues did this channel have?
Well, this one had some problems with the group card and the EQ cards. We had some noise issues and no signal on the group card. And well, this system allows me to just go through every point of the channel and see if we get output or distortion. And well, this will actually allow us to see everything at the same time and make a sweep like I just did.
Distortion sweep, noise sweep, and
Yeah.
frequency sweep.
Yeah.
So in one go, you can see everything.
And then you see I have too much distortion, and
That's it.
I'll.
Yeah. And then it's just a matter of finding it. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna point through the channel and see at different points how the signal is and if I have any problems.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's how we go through each channel actually.
Nice.
So this is really important. So if you
Yeah.
can see,
Yeah.
Thanks.
Cool.
so this is the way the channels are stored.
Mm-hmm.
So we have special boxes, transport boxes. I think we have about 160 of those now. So even for a Neve, it can be fitted in here. So this is the way we do it. So everything is neatly, and if you read it, it tells you what's already been done on the module on this, and then it goes to the test jig over there.
Nice. People might think like, okay, that's cool. We've seen it all. You haven't. Trust me. There's so much more. There's so much more. Okay, there's less tape machines than the last time I was here. That's a good thing.
No,
You managed
they're
to-
partly in another room now.
Oh,
So they're
I
actually
was like,
more.
oh, you managed to sell them. No, well,
Yeah, some-
yes,
yeah,
but
no,
also
yeah.
more came back to me.
No, that I think there are a couple of those sold.
Yeah.
And you have to understand some of these machines are already off from a client or already sold.
All right.
So this
And
means,
the rest, you just wait until I can pick one up.
yeah, for
and then you
instance.
put it.
So yeah, so we as again you can see that we do the A800s, the real classic.
Yeah.
And underneath you see the heat reduction. So
You've got all the fans
improvement,
there.
yeah. So it's a retrofittable update. That's the A27s, Studers.
Nice. And that is, it's 24 track.
Yeah, 24. This is 24 track. Two other A800s. This is a half-inch A80.
That's two
remote.
track.
Yeah, and there's a synchronizer for it. So this A800 will be locked to Pro Tools, synchronized.
Okay. Nice.
This is a
So you can actually record together
yeah.
with Pro Tools
Yeah.
and tape simultaneously.
Yeah.
You do some of those workshops as well, right?
Yep.
At Abbey Road Institute.
Yep, yeah.
And you
do it-
record.
yeah,
I think
and
we
parallel recording and see what the
Yeah.
difference is. So, especially for the students, they can
Yeah.
have a reference what the difference is if you use an analog machine or digital.
He always goes on about how insane that difference
Yeah.
is, and I truly believe you. But I think We should also put that to the test someday and
Yeah,
do
yeah,
a recording.
Definitely, I want to show it because it
analog.
does make a difference.
Yeah.
And why do you need a synchronizer? Is because you want to slave the machine to Pro Tools and not the other way around.
Right.
Because the clock jitter in digital is kind of distorting the sound.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, the machine needs to be slave and not master.
Right.
There's another one desk I might show you here.
And this is A80.
This is an A80 that's gonna go to a
And
client.
why is like this panel so big on this one and on that one it's smaller? Is that
So-
because that one's newer or?
No, this is just this is the A80, the original where everything nearly started. Well, you have one version previous, but this is like the real deal in the end 70s, let's say mid 70s till when the A800 came in.
Yeah.
Downside, this is the most vintage one. Downside of it, it's like a very slow transport and it can only hold smaller reels, the 10.5 inches.
Okay.
Whereas the A800 was big, more powerful. The difference in why this is the electronics are in boxes per channel,
Mm-hmm.
whereas the A800, you might have a look at it.
So this is more modular. You could switch this
No,
out if you
no,
have
this
an
is
issue.
more modular.
Oh, oh,
So this is a row of for 8 channels.
right.
And here's the transport part.
Wow.
So this is a far more complicated machine.
Yeah. I think
But-
people will recognize this
Yeah.
from the, sorry to say it, but the plugin
Yeah.
where you can also adjust
Yeah.
like the bias and
Yeah.
the EQ
So-
and stuff like
but
that.
do understand how much work this is.
Yeah.
This is to do a full machine. You might take more than a day.
Wow.
But if you just want to tweak it a bit at the end for the next session, a couple of hours will probably.
So usually there would be a tape tech involved, adjusting the bias,
And-
calibrating everything before the session
it
starts.
used to be this way, but
Yeah.
it's not anymore.
No, now it's just we want to go on tape and let's
Yeah.
just do it.
Well,
then
yeah,
we'll
and you
figure
need
it
to
out
check.
someday.
Yeah, you need to check. As you see, there's a lot of again test equipment,
Yeah.
so we can hook it up to the machine and see what's happening,
Yeah.
and the warm flutter and the whole shebang.
Yeah.
Of course, when it's this will take you 2 months to do it properly.
Wow.
At least,
Wow.
at least, and you might need 2 people to do that.
Yeah.
Um,
And then we get
the stereo machine here. This is just came in,
yeah.
which bought back from a client is half inch.
Nice.
The Studio half inch.
15 to 30.
Yeah, this is a high speed
Amps.
machine. High speed machine.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right. So this is more for mix printing, mastering.
Master tape
Yeah.
to go to the mastering room.
And then we get an MTG.
Yeah,
How many channels?
64.
64.
This is going to be bucketized.
Okay.
This
so
is
this
this is the
going to
donor
be-
for the mini.
This is going to be mini SSLs.
Yeah.
Nice. And what are you going to do with the center section?
We might take the bus compressor out, but in a way, it's far too complicated these days.
Yeah.
The thing you see here has much more. Well, part is done now in the mini SSL, like the summing and everything
Yeah.
is now in the mini SSL. But this is, in general, there's a lot of things you don't need anymore these days.
Right.
In a way, because it was based on automation.
Because you built the summing for the mini SSL, you built from scratch for the mini SSL, right?
Well, it's kind of, most of it is as close as to the original,
Yeah.
except for the last bit, which is done on the higher spec version,
Yeah.
because an SSL normally doesn't have this frequency range as we achieve now, and also
So you made
more
it better.
headroom, more
headroom,
more
wider
headroom.
frequency
Well,
range.
yeah, because it used to drive a tape machine.
Yeah.
Therefore, if you had like plus 16 dBu, that would be okay.
Yeah.
Nowadays, you need 24 dBu to
Right.
drive a
So you
converter.
need
So
a
the
higher
S-
output level.
Yes,
Yeah.
and a bit wider frequency range would
Yeah.
be nice.
Yeah.
So we keep it as close to the original sound, but then with a slight improvement. Therefore, the mini SSL will go up to 100 kilohertz, and the distortion and the noise is
So
lower.
you still hear 100 kilohertz?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah,
okay. Oh, okay.
yeah, yeah. I do hear it.
I think
Well,
I need to fix my ears.
Well, hearing is, you see, there's um, a lot of people confused with a wide frequency range with, well, what's the point? But it opens up the sound. It opens up really your spectrum in what you hear
Right,
on the speakers.
right.
So you get more depth and the harmonics are there and it translates into the way you experience the sound. So yeah, it's out of experience what we did in
Yeah.
the past and listen to it and oh, what's the problem and fix this.
Right.
But nowadays with converters they want to maybe even go plus 24 dBu and then the SSL is not able to do this.
Right.
And there we
And that,
cranked up a bit.
and why would you do that? Because I would just think, okay, the SSL is lower level, so that's fine. Or is it the input into the SSL that
No,
you're
the
cranking
input
up?
in the SSL is okay.
It's the
input,
output, right?
It's just the master bus output
Yeah.
is a bit of a problem because it normally would go to a 2-track machine,
Yeah,
an analog 2-track machine,
Yeah.
so you would never exceed like plus 12.
yeah,
But now the converters go to up to plus 24. Yes, you could trim it down and you could do a lot, but then still 16 to 18 dBu is
you would just.
it's
yeah.
not, well, even at a lower.
There would be too much headroom left over, so you'd be too
Yeah, and
low
you
in
need
level.
you have to remember.
Yeah. You want to be on a healthy level.
Yeah, because you're kind of clipping the harmonics also.
Yeah.
So again, opens out.
Right.
So that's yeah.
Nice.
So,
Let's.
so to show you the back here.
Oh, wow.
So this is how you wire up an A80 with all the cassettes. This are cassettes.
Okay, so
Each channel is a
these
cassette.
I recognize. That's
In and
just
out,
excellent. Power.
This is power and status.
Okay, status is used for.
For if you
Record.
select high or low speed on the machine
Oh yeah.
and such. Yeah.
Why does the input module need to know what status it's
Yeah,
on?
this is a nice story to tell you. Even an A800 has 2 outputs.
Yeah.
It used to be that the consoles were split consoles,
Yeah.
which means you had a channel part, which was done for mixing, and of course recording for, but monitoring. This would be used for the right-hand side of your desk. Well, the
Right.
monitor's part of like a vintage Neve. So you hook it up to the monitor part, and it would behave different when you punch in and punch out.
Right.
So therefore, it would switch to input and all what's necessary. And
So it's a different playhead.
It's a sync head, sync
Yeah. Yeah.
sync
yeah.
output.
And,
Sync output
repro
means
head would be
for mixing.
would be later.
Mixing.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
okay. So you've got all
the heads. The are the heads, and this is the remote.
Oh, there's more SSLs.
No, here the machines. Sorry, more machines first.
Oh, first more machines, then more SSLs. Whew. Don't even look at this.
No.
Okay, this
Again,
has
this-
more of a studio vibe actually.
Yeah, this is original studio.
So this was one of the studios.
Yeah. This
And
was a
then-
Neve VR room, which is now in
Ah.
Amsterdam, and there's a recording area.
The Neve VR that's at Abbey Road Institute.
Yeah.
Nice. And then there's the live room, which
Yeah.
we'll see in a second.
So this is a couple of machines. These two from a client are fully refurbished, A80 quarter inch. This is a machine of me. This is original from Trevor Horn.
Wow.
So,
You've got a lot of legacy and
Yeah.
history in this
Yeah,
building
sure.
as well. You've got a lot of
yeah, that's nice
stuff
to know.
that's been on great records, been
Yeah.
from great producers, and
Yeah.
been at insane studios. So that must. How
Well,
does that feel? How does
that's-
that feel?
Yeah, great.
Right?
I mean, I'm going to clients that were on a poster at my wall
Right?
in the past. So I meet these people now,
Yeah.
which is really a joy. Yeah.
Yeah. That must be huge.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to mention any names because
He's,
it may.
he's still Dutch. He's still very modest.
Nah. But let's hope they know me also.
But they know you. I'm very sure they know you.
So yeah, this is a Studio A20 half inch.
Oh wow, you can
a
see
quarter
the
inch. Yeah, this is open. It's gonna it's for a
Inside.
client. This is an A20. mastering machine. This is like prices going ballistic.
Oh yeah, what would you pay for something like this?
This is going between the 30-40,000.
30, 40
40, yeah.
for. What
Yeah.
makes it so special?
Well, this is the last generation of the most expensive version of a studio machine.
I remember.
I personally feel that this is used for mastering mainly.
Yeah.
I feel for a matter of sound, I would rather go for an A80 because it has a flavor,
Yeah.
and this is nearly flavorless. So this.
Okay, so has this also gone up a lot in price
Yeah,
lately?
yeah.
I
When the
remember-
first one I bought was like 1,500 euros.
Yeah.
And now it's 40,000, 40,000.
I,
And this is.
I remember calling you, I think 4 years ago, and I was like, Mark, I need to invest in some gear. What
Yeah.
should I buy? You said, buy a tape machine.
Yeah, well, you're
Do
too late
it.
now.
I didn't, and now, yeah, okay. I bought 2 Neve 1073s and ATCs,
Yeah, okay.
which have gone up a little bit, but I don't think they've gone up as much as like,
Well,
tape
but this
machines.
is, and there's not a lot of clients for these. So mastering,
Yeah,
yeah. So this A27s.
okay, nice.
So to,
what makes
us-
those different?
This is the last generation of multi-track machines produced by Studer. A lot of people think these are the best multi-track machines, but I feel the 820
Mm-hmm.
multi-track machine is a better machine. So this is
Okay.
like a budget machine because prices were going down.
budget-
But it doesn't mean it's a bad machine. I
A
just
budget machine costs how much?
I don't know at that time. I think 80,000. I think. yeah.
80?
So well, it's difficult to translate, but
Yeah.
the A800 at that time were like 100 or 120,000
Yeah.
euros, I would imagine.
Yeah.
So which means this is not something you invest in easily.
No.
But the digital ones that came up, like the Sonys, they were even double the price.
Right.
But they didn't last even 10 years because then Pro Tools came in and kind of made it into doorstops. And here are the guys.
The playground.
For playground.
If they're done soldering, they need to blow off some steam and they go play some music.
Well, they need to be parts of music. Let's go to the desk there.
Okay, we do the fun.
Yeah, this is just-
so much gear. Do a quick peek. Okay, no. We'll leave that for a second. We need to first. And this was
So this
a
is
live
the- this
room,
is
or
a-
was it?
This is the canteen
This was the canteen
for
always.
for bigger sessions, yeah.
Yeah.
For orchestral sessions.
Wow.
And this is a desk we are fully refurbishing now. The armrest is done, new speaker shelf. All the modules are done. TC is still
I'm
there.
putting the TC in. I think the Atlantis desk was the first one you did that.
Yeah,
Where's my commission?
there.
Oh, there it is.
So no, this has been now refurbished. So the faders you saw, ultimation faders are done for this desk. Modules are already completely done. Cosmetics are redone, and now we're gonna make it into something that's gonna be in good working condition, better than.
So they don't want a Thomas van Opstal sense section?
No.
Shit. There goes
Well,
my other commission.
you were not the first. I made the first on that one.
Yeah, you made the first. I
no,
just
no,
made
no,
it make
no,
sense.
don't take
I
over
made
the-
it make sense.
Okay, but this is like 64 channel desk and quite quite in need of proper maintenance.
Yeah.
So that
And
takes a lot.
how, from what year is this desk?
93, I think.
Okay, well, and the desk at Atlantis is 80s?
No, that's an 88.
88.
It was close to when they went from E to G.
Yeah.
So I think, but it's a bit of a hybrid already.
Yeah. Yeah, but that desk is like, do you see that often, that there's a lot of desks that have been maintained by different people and have been messed in and
Yep.
bits from other desks and
Well,
bit of
mainly
Frankenstein.
the biggest problem is that you need to know what needs attention,
Yeah,
specific, other than recapping. But most of the time, people try to recap things and then destroy the tracks on the printed circuit board, and then you're fucked. Basically, destroy your complete desk.
yeah.
That's what does happen. Then of course, we have a problem with the power supplies. So therefore, we have designed a new one together with Malcolm Toft to have a reduced power consumption and to allow a more stable, and takes the noise floor quite a bit down.
Right.
Yeah.
And
So-
this goes where does this desk go now?
This goes to Holland.
Yeah.
Ilse de Lange.
Oh,
you might,
wow. This is her
yeah.
desk now.
her desk now, yeah.
Cool.
So they want to have it like a studio in the traditional way.
Yeah.
So this is the traditional
This is
way.
the traditional way.
Yeah.
And they've got a 56 with
No,
8
it's
stereos as well?
no. This is 64. That's what happened a lot. It's like
Oh,
okay,
64.
yeah, yeah, but it's not fully loaded. And here's the outboard sitting from them. I can show you, all neatly packed.
Oh, wow.
So this is the
Okay. That's nice.
Yeah.
76.
yeah, but this is stairs. So this is how we pack it, transport it, AMS. But as you can guess, a lot of attention. It
64.
needs. Yeah.
Yeah, do you need to...
Yeah,
because
yeah,
this
yeah.
was from a working studio that they've
No,
bought?
yeah, they bought it from working studio in Holland. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bullet Sound.
I
Yeah.
didn't-
This is a desk.
It's being tested.
Yeah, it's
No.
tested on the automation we have developed. I'll show you. But
aim
yeah,
system.
but we didn't finish the cosmetic because we don't. This is not for any client. It's just in stock,
Okay.
and therefore we didn't finish the cosmetics because we don't know whether the client wants to have the producer's desk or not.
Oh, this is just, you have this and if
Yeah, we bought this.
someone...
It's completely refurbished, and
Right.
then we're waiting for someone who will say, "Oh, I want to have 48 channel desk." Well,
Okay. But then you need this, you need the client that needs this specific...
yeah, but we don't want to
setup and,
spend a lot of time on something they're going to reduce anyway.
Right.
So if they want, a lot of people might want to take off the producer's part there
Yeah.
to reduce the size of the desk.
From huge to
Less use.
And then, this used to be your live room.
This
I
is
guess.
the yeah. This used to be a live room.
Nice.
Oh, we can.
It's a good size. Ooh, what's this?
Yeah, this is.
88R?
No, this is
This
a
one?
VR,
Oh, this is a VR, yeah.
but this is specific VR. This is a quad VR.
Okay.
This is already sold. It's ready for a client.
Wow.
We're gonna be checked.
Oh, this is a huge...
Yeah, because this is quad. It was a quad desk for surround,
So they need a...
and the channel has quad panning, so that's rare.
And they need a volume knob that's 4
Yes.
times as big, because it's 4 times the speakers?
No, it's just put a
Yeah.
big knob on because it's heavy switching.
Yeah. Wow, that's cool. This is...
But these desks are completely redone.
Yeah.
Everything, heat reduction, the whole shebang.
Wow. Do you see consoles going up in price now? or
VR is a
it
bit difficult
like-
because people think it's a lot of work and
Yeah.
unreliable, but because of the heat reduction and what we do, not a problem anymore.
Right.
But yes, people don't have as much money as they used to have for
Yeah.
setting up a big studio.
Yeah, exactly.
And therefore, but this is the client is building a studio and they're waiting for everything to be ready so we can move the desk in with an 2 studio machines.
Oh, wow.
So
Nice.
he also wants to go the traditional.
So
way.
you see a lot of people go back to that traditional way of working and
Well,
actually-
I'm not offering new equipment, so therefore
Right.
automatically.
Yeah. So they when
s-
they want to go there, they automatically come to
Actually,
you.
I'm only selling what's not made anymore.
Right.
So they can be
Okay.
from vintage
Yeah.
up to where they stop manufacturing these
Yeah.
type of desk.
Yeah.
Well, the 88 might be the only difference,
Yeah.
but that's still part of the classic because the new ones, there's a lead time of over a year now for these ones, and they're so fucking expensive.
Yeah.
They're really expensive, but in a way, it's for scoring. The orchestral cost will be bigger than the desk cost.
Yeah.
So this is what we do. Yeah, this is the Neve 51 we have.
Oh, this is okay.
So
That's
this is going to be either bucketized or sold.
because
as
one
is.
of
Yeah.
These
Yeah.
have already been in the bucket over there?
Yeah,
or is
but
that
there's another desk.
Oh, that's another desk.
So we have
you
about
see a lot
4 of these
51s.
desks sitting in. We have
Oh,
a total
wow.
4. We have aware of this, the 2 ones. There's a 24 one,
So
and
where
a 36
do all
one,
the,
and the other one is in storage.
where do all the 51 desks come from?
Broadcast.
Oh, okay, they used to be in broadcast studios,
It's
and
not
now
an inline desk; it's a broadcast desk, and it's the first step after vintage.
yeah,
So you can see it. You see the transformer balance outputs and everything.
yeah,
It's also in the channel. So they're really made like the hybrid between the original vintage, like the 80 series,
yeah,
and the newer generation.
right. And what makes that difference? What
Well,
design
this is like
difference?
discrete
Yeah.
on high voltage, transformer, balanced,
So what makes something discrete?
transistor,
The
and not
transistor.
chips.
Okay.
And
so what we
these-
saw on the 88R,
That's all-
that's chips.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And vintage is
And this is really
transistor, and we call it discrete,
Yeah.
and the transformer are for broadcast for galvanic separation,
Mm-hmm.
but also for the better sound.
Nice.
And this has broadcast use. So every
Yeah.
country would specify this type of desk.
Yeah.
Therefore, we call it, each one is a prototype.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So you
Each
never
one
know.
is-
You never know exactly what.
What you're gonna get?
And typically, I bought this one in Edinburgh,
Yeah.
and I came home and saw it was from Dutch Broadcast.
You brought it home.
Kind of, yeah. This is a desk in progress.
4,000 as well. Yeah.
This is a 4,000. This
G.
is going to go to a G. Yeah. It's
So
gonna
this
go-
has a. I'm not seeing the patch bay. I'm used to having
remote patch,
desk
yeah.
with patch bays, but it's
This is
remote
a remote patch which makes.
And then
it-
how does it go here? Is that DLs on the back?
Yes, underneath.
Underneath. So you have underneath one of the buckets. You just have
No,
a
no.
couple
You
of.
see the chimney, as they call it, the chimney.
Oh, the chimney.
This calls chimney.
Oh, this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the connection.
So that's what is inside underneath the SSL
Yes, there's
patch bay.
one way coming in and the other way going out.
Right.
So there's quite a bit of
Yeah.
cables. Yeah, bloody
That's a big
nightmare.
jug. Yeah. I would not necessarily go
Well,
for
if you don't have the
remote
space,
patch.
if you don't have
Yeah.
the space, it's a good solution. So you see the power supply built in,
And also
no noise, and the automation
this is-
system.
Nice. And this is a different power supply. This is the.
This
one
is
of
the new one we made together with Malcolm Toft.
Oh, right.
But we did kind of all the research with him together
Yeah.
to make it that the desk will sound great,
Yeah.
because it's really takes the noise floor down. The one we did at ICP measures at 1 kilohertz minus 94.
Okay. And what
Noise
is
floor.
what is a normal desk with a regular power supply?
I would say in total like minus 90, 85,
85.
even less. But that's at unity gain.
Yeah.
So we
So you
measure
got all the
this
faders
makes
up?
this makes the desk sounding better at unity gain.
So how do you measure that? You put all the
Well,
faders
faders
on
at
unity,
zero, yeah.
unity gain, and then
And then
all the
check what the
faders are at
noise on the
zero.
master bus is.
yeah.
And this is quite an improvement. So I don't see any point in having measured noise floor with faders closed,
Right.
because there's no. There's
No,
nothing-
because you're never going to have faders closed.
No. So therefore we say, okay, what's the worst
Yeah.
situation and how much noise? So with the new power supply, ICP had to tell their clients that the speakers were switched on.
Yeah.
They were powered up
Yeah.
because there was no noise.
So
No noise.
they were not used to having no noise coming from their speakers.
Yeah.
And then we've got this battleship over here.
Yeah, this is like the one. It's an 80 channel winged 9000
Wow. What kind of studio did you get this from?
from Vendel Studio, believe it or not, a Dutch studio.
Okay.
And this is the ready to, in the future, to going to be made into a mini version,
Mini 9000s.
mini 9000. The same
Nice.
way as we did on the 4000. The downside on this one is that it's far more complicated to make it
Yeah.
into.
Is
a
this
mini.
also different technology, or is it also?
Yeah, this
just-
is what they call servo driven,
Okay.
DC coupled.
Okay.
The downside is that there's no caps, nearly no caps. Well, that's good if you don't want to recap.
Yeah.
The other thing is if one chip goes faulty, it takes out the whole chain
Oh wow.
because of the coupled.
Yeah.
And the other thing is just it's not, the ICs are not in sockets. So
they're
if you have a chain,
soldered on?
four chips taken out, you don't know which one it is. So then the nightmare starts.
Wow. Okay. So
And it's getting pretty hot. So
Yeah,
it
okay.
definitely will need a heat reduction.
so you've got your work cut out for you, I guess.
Yeah, no, we're gonna start at some point. We first have to do the other things.
Hey vriend! Was je er ook? It's like, hey, I got lost!
So yeah, so this one is kind of at
Wow.
some point we're gonna bucketize it.
When was this? This is newer than all the
Yeah,
4000.
this is
so
19. No, well, actually, this is 1998 or 9. Yeah.
Okay, so this
No,
is
98. 98. Sorry.
this is just a little bit older than you are, Paul.
No, it's younger.
But we did one.
Oh, is it younger than you are?
We did one in Studio One.
I thought I was making a joke, but I just I made the joke the wrong way.
You kind of complimented me.
Yeah. Hey, there's only going to be one this month, so take it.
I put it in my pocket.
And the other thing is we did one. Maybe the last SSL 4000, which was an SE version, 80 channel frame, 72 channels loaded.
Wow.
And that was from original from Olympic in the UK,
Wow.
London. That was the last 4000 I think they ever made, the SE.
Wow.
So yeah, then we have as you see being treated. A mini V, V51, 51.
Oh,
That's
this is
not V.
cute.
Yeah, this is.
Yeah.
We also, that's why it's still there.
You're gonna keep this for your own
Oh, we're
project.
gonna kind of see who's interested in. This would be a perfect fit with a 24-track analog machine.
Yeah.
And this is a modification. This desk has a switch, selector switch between the fader and the module, so it can accept another input. So
Yeah.
it's switching from one source, which is a channel, or the source for tape return.
Would it be possible to make this into a blank plate for
It's
keyboard
already.
and mouse? Or
It's already.
yeah,
You see, there's
that's
nothing.
nice.
There's nothing here. So it could even be possible to take
My
this
keyboard
out.
and mouse are here.
Yeah. No, from underneath.
I'm going to sit like.
Yeah, but this is quite a bit of work involved if you want to do this.
And then
This is the Holy Grail,
this is the Holy Grail.
being in process of refurbishing.
This is why I'm here. I was expecting it to be kind of loaded already, but we just have to imagine
this is a
the modules.
Neve 8078
Oof.
original.
When can I test drive this?
I think this is already sold. The client wants to have it like mid next year. And mid-end next year.
So we'll do a session just before you send it?
Yeah, well, we're going to do the session at the client then.
Okay, we'll do a session with the client.
The modules are being taken care of by Blake David. He's the guru, the Neve guru. Here together with us, so we joined forces on these, same as we do with Neil McCombie.
So you kept all the original, everything is going to be original on this desk?
Yep.
Wow.
But like getting as close with some improvements.
Yeah. So how hard is it to get new parts for these?
Well, as long as you have a relation with Blake, you might be able to get some. But otherwise, you forget about it.
But it's all new old stock, I guess.
No,
or is it
might
also
be
new?
Yeah, it might be from other desks.
Okay.
So, yeah. So I can show you. For
But
instance,
it's all like there's nothing that you can say. Call Neve and say, "Hey, can you make
forget
this?"
it. No. Even on the 88, Neve doesn't sell you any spare parts. No.
Wow.
So you have to buy yourself a desk to have spare parts.
Yeah.
Every green strip represents one.
How many channels is this going to be?
This is a 40 input and 32 monitor.
Oh, so this is going to be. It is a split desk.
Yeah.
It's not inline anyway.
Yeah, but you still
And
can
then
link.
you've got the
Yeah, but you can
returns.
link them together.
You've got the returns on this side.
But you can link them together,
Nice.
which means you can make it into a 72 channel desk.
Can you see me working on this desk yet? I think.
Yeah, so this is kind of the most expensive one we have here now.
Can buy a
Yeah.
house with
But yeah, nobody.
Yeah.
It was a barn find.
Yeah. Where did you find this?
In the UK, but it originally came from EMI Greece.
Oh wow.
But then nobody dares to touch anything like this because it takes a lot of money to get it right.
I think we've seen one at, was Apogee Studios in 8078 or was it in 8068? What's the difference again between those two?
Inline and split.
I think it was in 8078.
No, if 78 is flat,
Yeah.
the 68 has a curve. 68 has 3-band EQ and this has 4-band EQ.
Hmm.
So there's quite a bit of a difference.
And it's not 1073s, right? It's
No.
it's a blue knob.
Well, no, it's just it's specific.
It's like the knobs are this color.
Yeah, but they're different knobs.
Yeah.
No,
they're
but even
that color, not the.
it
red
looks a bit like a
1073.
1081s, but they're not.
No. So what desk did the 1073s come in?
Well, it used to be that you would order a desk.
And then you
You
fit them
would
with 1073s or 1081s.
Well, you would just ask Neve, I want to
these.
have a desk. Well, the early ones were the
Yeah.
1073 anyway, but then you see a 1073 is what we call technically a slow module.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't have the slew rate as what the 1081 had. That's the one
Right.
after. So that's the difference.
So the slew rate is how fast it responds
Yeah,
to
how
transients.
fast it. Yeah, and therefore people do love the 1073 for drums
Right.
because they kind of have some way of treating with a bit of compression. It
Right.
actually
They
is.
round off the transient
Yeah,
a little bit.
yeah, and
then
that's
a
why for vocals
1081 is
has more punch.
Yeah,
Has
more
more-
transient info. It's a faster
So, yeah,
transient response.
And it it was a 4-band EQ. Again, I'll show you. This is the VR modules sitting in the box, ready for the other desk, the VR.
Oh, and here you put spacers between.
Yeah, because
modules.
otherwise the boxes are too heavy.
Oh, that's
They're
why.
really heavy. yeah.
Okay, I thought so they wouldn't damage each other, but
Yeah. Also,
it's
this
just
is
so
true,
you
yeah.
don't damage your back.
Yeah. Well, it's sitting on the bottom,
Yeah,
whereas the SL hangs off
right.
the top.
Oh, right.
But they're the same boxes. We have
Yeah.
a conversion. So you see, this is when you get the Blake. You get a new module front. He finds it somewhere sitting here, fully worn, and now suddenly we have another one,
Oh, wow.
which is not so worn. So this is
But it's like-
Blakey.
Yeah, so you get like a new used piece, and
Yeah.
that you put on.
Yeah,
and it's
definitely,
not
because
a-
this is just, I don't like the rescreened modules because they are too shiny.
Yeah.
So it takes away the vintage
Yeah.
look. Or
Yeah.
And this is, for instance, what we needed to do because you can't get them. We have new guides manufactured for the modules in the, especially.
Oh
made.
yeah, and those you can get made. You just
No, we have to design it and have it made. Yeah.
yeah.
You can't get them anymore.
No, right. But
Well, you can get, but they are brittle.
Yeah.
So, and the ones in the desk here, I think they're all out here. Yeah, you see, they break.
Yeah.
So, and this new, I have to check where they are, but I can't find them. But they all just break.
They're just old, and they're going to be in the desk anyway. So it's like as long as it's good quality, I guess.
This is really good
Yeah.
quality.
Right.
So we have someone
And they're not
specially
going
manufacture
to.
it.
They're not going to do anything to the sound of the console anyway. It's
No,
just.
just the guides, the slide,
Exactly, yeah.
to slide it, the module in.
Oh, that's the 8078 modules. Ooh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
See, this is
Yeah,
how we,
nice.
how everything is neatly packed.
That's great.
So these are the, what is this? Channel,
Auxes.
channel auxes, yeah.
That's like the size of a 1073, right?
Yeah, but this is
Exactly.
the same box.
Yeah, it's the same.
But you see how shiny it still is?
Yeah, Because it's been inside of that console the entire time.
Yeah, but still, I mean, each module has a transformer.
Yeah.
It's the same as this one. About 43 in the desk of these.
And this is just the
The line amp.
line amp.
And there's an input transformer and an output transformer.
And what's the whole for? Calibration or is
Yeah,
that gain?
Gain, yeah. Most calibration.
True.
So this is, and this is original, so therefore, these are used a lot, like the 1272s from Mark1.
Right.
And
Okay.
they're each like quite a lot, a bit of money. I
Yeah.
think 2,000 each.
Wow. So that desk is crazy expensive.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we get more inventory.
What you have to understand, the business is a lot of times that we buy complete studio inventory.
Yeah.
Which means everything comes with, we might sell the building, whatever. But then you end up with a lot of equipment.
He's just saying excuses for him being a hoarder, basically.
No, no, sorry. No, but yeah, as you can see, there's a lot of equipment sitting.
Yeah.
Like, I would say half is rubbish.
Huh.
In a way, not relevant anymore today. But these are still...
Cool.
Yeah, and this is the expensive part.
Oh, this
The
is this is the fun part.
Brand new ones.
Oh, let's see what I'm going to spend my money on today.
Like the Manleys and the tube techs.
Nice. Super shiny.
Yeah.
I got the tube tech stuff there.
Yeah. All sorts of stuff.
Oh.
And
And what's this?
this is a microphone. Neutrik microphone.
That's a binaural.
Original. Yeah, but this is the original Neutrik. I
That's
like
cool.
the design.
Wow.
I like it.
That's the only reason you bought it.
No, we got it with something.
And these are VR
Yeah, we have a batch
channel
made.
strip.
Yeah, VR channel strips for some clients were asking for, like overdubs and at home.
Cool. This is Manly Slam. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and this one. Yeah.
Which one? Oh, it's 910.
Yeah, I had about 6
Nice.
of those,
Yeah.
and they were initially worth nothing,
Yeah.
and now they're going ballistic.
Yeah.
But I told you, buy equipment, that's the right ones.
Yep. And I bought. Wow. My 1073s will be worth something someday.
And this is the part where some of the parts are repaired or being repaired,
Yeah.
or ones that need attention from clients and ours.
Okay.
So this is really, these are rare because it's an original Pi stereo.
Hey, who?
And this is the Lexicon Delta T's. A lot of people don't know them. They're really brilliant.
You've got the Cappy audio EQs here.
Huh?
Are they from a client or yours?
No, mine.
How are they?
Huh?
How are they?
Never used.
Never used?
No, I got them from a deal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the guy said, "Oh, do you want some EQs? Because I don't have the money in full." I said, "Okay, I'll take the EQs."
Can I test them out someday?
Yeah. So this is a bit of a problem. We have
That's cool.
1, 2, 3, 4. Where's another one?
Oh, that's why you
Four,
always.
4 to 40. They're being fixed now. So
Oh, they're
all
not
these
for,
plates.
they're not for sale.
One.
One is for sale. Is
The other one is oh yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
That's
I
cool
thought I had
stuff.
another one.
I still
So yeah,
want
and
it.
these are original EMT stereo tubes.
Oh wow.
EMT 140 stereo tubes.
Tube what? Lineups?
Tube modules for in
For
the,
the 140.
140 plate. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
They're very rare. Completely refurbished.
And there you've got a mini SSL.
This is a
summing mixer. Or
yeah.
what
This is
it?
original BBC. A mini SSL, a modular SSL. Let's go
Wow.
module, but this only exists of an input, mic or line input, and then 4 stereo subgroups. Was used for the BBC with an SSL. This is a transformer based op amp, like the 1073 version.
Yeah.
This is the line driver. We use these as part of the if you want to have a mini SSL with transformer balanced output, this is the one.
Okay.
So
Nice.
you can, and the 51 you have at Atlantis
Yeah,
has these
it's
modules.
these as well.
Yeah, they're really great.
All from AML.
Yeah. Yeah,
Nice.
and these are these interesting ones. These are actually the modules made, as I showed the example of the 8078.
Yeah.
These are these line driver.
Well, that's the small module you just.
You can turn them into a mic preamp. So
Nice.
input, output.
And the car and hill transformers are the closest to what you get. Ooh.
Yeah, now they are.
Yeah.
They didn't initially. They weren't.
Okay.
But there was a secret, and then they found out the secret, and now it's okay.
Yeah, it's
now
okay, but it's still not.
No, but you see, a lot of people don't understand that there was not one transformer manufacturer.
Yeah.
With Neve.
Yeah.
So you might have different batches, you might have different manufacturers. They might batch it the same way, but it's never to say if it's the same.
Right.
So don't be mistaken by the fact that you think there wouldn't be any difference between any batch of modules.
Right.
There would. So that would improve things. Like an SSL, every SSL has a mod probably done.
Right.
And therefore, how does an SSL sound?
Yeah.
Well, basically it's an SSL,
Yeah.
but it might differ a bit.
Right.
So like the difference between an E and a G SSL, an E SSL is like more saturation, has more flavor. The G is cleaner, but clips easier or faster.
Right, because it has less headroom.
A different design.
Different design.
Design, yeah. And the thing is, why did SSL make the G cleaner? Because at those times they were still using analog machines.
Right.
So it would be too much flavor if you have a flavor E, flavor machine, have back flavor again, so it would be over flavored.
Right.
So therefore they made it a bit cleaner.
Mm-hmm.
And then the tape machine disappeared, and then now
It
we
was too
want
clean.
we might, some people want the G because it's still an SSL,
Yeah.
and other want to have more flavor, which is an E.
Yeah.
So that's and there's a difference. So people only think it's a transformer, or it's the EQ of an E and a G. That's not the case.
Yeah.
That's not the case. So that's why it's not only the EQ. So that's what you
It's
need
the
to
entire
remember.
channel. It's the entire desk.
Yeah, it's the way it's designed. There was even a design fault in the G EQ,
Yeah.
and we found out what it was, and we now corrected it.
Wow.
Therefore, our G EQ comes quite close to the black one.
Oh, wow.
Only it has more range, but still, it's a cleaner one than
Yeah.
the 242.
Right. The 242 is the black one.
Yeah,
The black lamp.
yeah. Therefore, it's not something you just in general can say.
Right.
But in general, you can say the G is cleaner than the E.
Right.
But it's not just the EQ.
It's cool that you spend so much time with it that
Well-
you can actually take it one step further and make it even better.
Well, the thing is, we have our SSL here. It's like a Frankenstein SSL.
Yeah. We'll see that
Where
in a
we
second.
can compare and check everything. What is the difference, and how does it translate to the sound?
Yeah.
Instead of just, well, it measures more, less distortion. That's
Yeah.
not the case.
No.
The sound is more in other things than just the distortion.
Yeah.
It's the same as the 9000. 9000 is like the last generation that worked with analog machines, and they tried to make it again cleaner,
Yeah.
but somehow they lost the identity, I feel, with
Right.
the original old SSL.
Right.
That doesn't mean it's bad, it's just a different sound.
I think then there's one more place to go, and that's the studio.
Yep.
While I clean my paws, you can enjoy the sneak peek of the studio. Thomas tried to put it all in one video, but it was way too much. The studio tour will be with you soon.